Many get confused between culpable homicide and murder. So today I'll try to make it simple and clear. So stick around to learn how Indian law defines this term under Indian Penal Code and now redefined under Bharatya Sanhita. So stick around to learn this term. But before knowing what is culpable homicide and murder, we should understand what is homicide and its types. So let's see what is homicide. Homicide means killing of a human being by a human being. It is further divided into lawful homicide and unlawful homicide. Lawful homicides comes under general exceptions. Under IPC, it comes under Chapter 4, Section 76 to 106. And under Bharatya Naya Sanhita, it comes under Chapter 3, Section 14 to 44. Unlawful homicides are culpable homicides, murder, rash or negligent acts, suicide. So these are all unlawful homicides. So today we will learn culpable homicides and murder. So let's see what is culpable homicide. So culpable homicides comes under section 299 of IPC, and now in Bharatiya Naya Sanhita it comes under section 100. So what is culpable homicide? It is causing death by doing an act. So death is essential in culpable homicide. Death must be present. So by doing an act with intention of causing death. So intention is also essential. If we see culpable homicide and murder, here the intention is less in degree as compared to the murder. So intention of causing death or intention of causing bodily injury likely to cause death. Bodily injury is there. Intention to cause bodily injury likely to cause death. Death might be the result. So this intention is present, and knowledge likely by such act to cause death. So knowledge is also present. So the essential elements of culpable homicides are these three. Here death is essential by doing an act. Intention is necessary, whether it's low, but intention is necessary, and knowledge is essential. So these are the elements of culpable homicides. So generally, what is culpable homicide? It is causing someone's death without full intent to kill. So it often happens in the heat of a movement or due to sudden provocations, and the act might not be extremely dangerous but still leads to death. So this is culpable homicide. Let's see with an example. Suppose A and B are two friends. They have a heated argument in a heat of a movement, A punches B. B falls down, hits his head on the ground and dies. So here, though A did not mean to kill B, but still it leads to B's death. So here A is liable of culpable homicide. His intention to cause his death was less. So this was one example. Another example is like A and B are standing here. A knows that Jet is behind the bush, but B does not know. So A induced B to fire at the bush. So here A is liable for culpable homicide. So this is an example. See the Bare Act. I have explained culpable homicide. I have explained the examples also. Now you will see three explanation 1, 2 and 3. So what explanation 1 says is that if a person causes bodily injury to another who is laboring under disease, disorder or body infirmity, which means if a person is in ill mental health, then that amounts to cause death of that person. And explanation 2 says is that if after causing injury, a person gets proper treatment due to that his life is saved, then that also amounts to death. And explanation 3, it says that causing death of a child in mother's womb amounts to culpable homicide. If any 5 parts of that child has been brought forth, though the child may not have breathed or completely born, that amounts to culpable homicide. So these 3 explanation is important. That's why I've explained it. Now let's see one case law. Case is R versus Govinda. Here the fact of the case is the accused knocked his wife to the ground, sat on her chest and struck her, causing her death. So the court stated that it is culpable homicide not amounting to murder due to lack of intention to cause death. Here the intention was low because in a heat of a movement the accused knocked his wife. So this was the case. So overall, what is culpable homicide is, so culpable homicide means it is unplanned, without full intent, okay, often in the heat of passion. It is low degree of intent, so this is culpable homicide. So let's see now murder. Murder is defined under section 300 of IPC, and now it is redefined in Bharatya Naya Sanhita under section 101. So culpable homicide is murder if the act by which death is caused is done with intention of causing death. So the difference in culpable homicide and murder lies in the degree of intention. If you see culpable homicide, the intention to cause death was low, whereas in murder the intention is very high to cause death. So the next one is intention of causing such bodily injury as the offender knows to be likely to cause death. So this applies in a special case where suppose a person is laboring under some disease or disorder, and the accused know that some bodily injury to that person is sufficient to cause his death, which should not otherwise cause the death of a person in sound health, then this clause is applied in that case. So intention of causing such bodily injury as the offender knows. So if a person is laboring under some disease, disorder, or he or she is in ill mental health, then that offender knows that some blow or one slap is sufficient to cause that person death, then this clause applies in those cases. And the third one is bodily injury intended is sufficient in the ordinary course of nature to cause death. So if you see section 299, the clause 2 and the clause 3 of this section, the difference lies in the degree of probability of death. So here the degree of probability of death is high. And in third clause, the person knows that it is so eminently dangerous that it must in all probability causes death and commits such act without any excuse. So here the degree of probability of death is extremely high, where the act is so eminently dangerous that in all probability it causes death. So let us see one example. Suppose A shoots Jet with the intention of killing. So the intention is very high to kill Jet. So this is murder. So if you see murder is premeditated, deliberate, and done with clear intent to kill. So if someone causes death with a clear and deliberate intention, then that amounts to murder. So under murder, there are 5 exceptions which does not amount to murder. So culpable homicide not amounting to murder. So these exceptions does not amount to murder, it becomes culpable homicide. So the first one is grave and sudden provocations. So the offender by grave and sudden provocation, who is deprived of his power of self-control, must have killed the disease. So this by mistake or by accident. So this amounts to culpable homicide, not murder. The next is right of private defense. Person kills someone while defending his own life. So while defending his own life, if a person kills someone, then that amounts to culpable homicide, not murder. The third one is public servant's duty. So the police officer fires at a mob but unintentionally kills someone while maintaining order. So that also amounts to culpable homicide, not murder. Fourth is sudden fight. So in a heat of passion, if someone kills a person, then that amounts to culpable homicide, not murder. And the last one is own consent. If a person is greater than 18 years or he or she takes the risk of death, then that also amounts to culpable homicide, not murder. So these exceptions is very important. You should know this exception. So let us see the case law for murder. So the first case is Virsa Singh versus State of Punjab. In this, the accused stabbed a person with a spear, resulting in death. So the court ruled it as murder because the act was deliberate and aimed at causing death. So the another case is Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. A young woman was gang raped, brutally assaulted, leading to her death. So all the accused was convicted of murder and given the death penalty. So this was the case law. Now if you see the punishment, for murder and culpable homicide. So for murder it is death or imprisonment for life with fine. And for culpable homicide, not amounting to murder. So the punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder is imprisonment for life or not less than 5 years, which may extend to 10 years with or without fine. So that's it for now. So I hope I have explained everything in detail regarding this two topic. If you like my video, please do subscribe my channel for more upcoming videos. So thank you for watching.